and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be making a part 2 of my 4-H-isms video, finally. It's been like a month, but chances are you're watching this way after the fact, so you can watch them right back to back if you want. I know I'm the one who probably referred you here or gave you the link to this playlist, but in case not, my name's Michelle Schroeder. I've been a Niagara County 4-H'er for 6 years. And I'm one of the proudest and most active 4-H'ers you'll ever meet. So it makes sense that I'd be the one making fun of and exposing, not really just explaining, but the one to do that for 4-H'ers. I hope you enjoy this video and get a good laugh out of that and have a new appreciation and understanding for some of our 4-H quirks. And today, while I'm making this video and talking to you guys, and by you guys I mean my phone, except we're not, face to face, I'll be working on a feed-based tote bag. This is a really cool recycled craft that I learned 4-H with the Working Out program. Then I did it and taught it to my clubs as a fundraiser. I just love making them. This one in particular I'm making as a gift for a teacher, so yeah. Don't worry, I'll cut all the noisy parts out. Number 1 for today, and I think number 7 or 8 if you're watching this, as the part 2, is how accepting 4-H'ers are. 4-H is so cool because it offers a variety of, options and a ton of accessibility for, disabled people. Special classes and shows. Judges are always super understanding of that. They can still enter the same exhibits, attend the same meetings and stuff as us. By us, I mean, able-bodied, I think that's the right term, people. And everybody's always super accepting and super nice to them. And they're amazing right back to us. Depending on the disability, there are some, accessibility options. All of our buildings are pretty wheelchair accessible. Then, part of the cool part about 4-H is they teach us kids to be so independent. But if you're young or disabled, you can have all the help in the world you need. For people with developmental disabilities, they're even allowed to stay in 4-H for as long as they need to. 4-H is between ages 5 to 18, but for a disabled person, it's whatever their developmental age is. So they get extra time to mature and grow with 4-H, which I think is pretty cool. We're also very accepting of people who are different from us for other reasons. There's a lot of, different religions and different beliefs in 4-H. Everybody's really respectful of that. We have several members that are of different minorities in 4-H, and there's never any drama. We just love you for who you are, which is pretty cool. The reason we're so accepting and understanding of each other is because 4-H'ers really do share the same qualities. Some of these 4-H quirks I'm sharing with you, that if I were to start acting upon them out in public, I'd get weird looks. But because everybody in 4-H can relate to that, we accept our quirks, both 4-H-y and not, and just roll with it and grow. When I first joined 4-H, I was 8, gonna turn 9 in a month, so technically 4-H age 9. But just to give you an idea of how old I was. For those first 4 years, since I was younger, I was super high energy, quite frankly annoying and embarrassing. I just sometimes can't stand the thought to think of my older self. Anyway, I kind of get why, some people would judge me for that. I judge myself all the time, but nobody in 4-H ever seemed to mind. In fact, it was my own parents who my annoyingness bothered the most, and nobody seems to remember, which is good. What I'm trying to say here is if my first impression of myself had been my 9-year-old self, I don't know that I would be friends, let's just say. But 4-H'ers don't think like that. As a 4-H'er, if I were to meet a mini-me, 9-year-old Michelle, I'd love them just the same. I think it's pretty cool that everybody just kind of accepts our idiosyncrasies. The same. Also extremely accepting of learning new things. Before I joined 4-H, I had no clue you could show a chicken. Now I show horses, chickens, rabbits, goats, and sheep. Who saw that coming? No one. We're pretty accepting of new ideas and learning new things. Had I not joined 4-H, I don't know that I ever would have like wanted to do archery. Now I love it, and it's something I get to connect with my grandpa on. Our educational meetings cover a wide variety of topics, from like foot shearing to reproduction, first aid to diseases, and everything in between. Even though some topics might not be the first thing we would like Google about those animals, we're open to learning about them, and we're open to trying new hands-on activities around them, which I think is really cool. There's been 4-H workshops that I don't think I'd personally be interested in, but then I went and I was like, whoa, I never thought I'd learn that today. We're just all around really accepting, and our drive to want to learn is super helpful for us in school. I have said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm a huge nerd, and honestly, had I not loved to learn because of 4-H and always learning something new in 4-H, I probably wouldn't be that way, and my 98 average at school wouldn't exist. And because so many of our 4-H events, like public presentations and the training center exhibits at fair, give us feedback, we get to open our hearts and our minds and accept so many different ideas. Like, there's so many crafts or public presentation things I would have never thought to do one day, like that one day. For example, last year for state equine communications are like public presentations just for horse people. It was online. That's what my first YouTube video actually was. And so we got our feedback by calling the judge, and the judge told me that our public presentation should flow like a conversation, but just one-sided. He kind of meant just super relaxed and interesting, not like you're standing up lecturing people. There's other super helpful things like that I've learned, and I wouldn't have, and I wouldn't be able to improve on if 4-Hers weren't just so accepting to new ideas. 4-Hers are just all around really accepting to new people, new ideas, new skills, talents, workshops, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. That little spiel on how we're so accepting took a lot longer than I thought it would, so that could kind of count as like a number 1, 2, 3, and 4. But let's move on to number 2 just the same. I think that appreciation for everything in life kind of goes hand in hand with how accepting we are. And I finished the bag I was working on, so I'll go grab a new one. The reason why I say the fact that we're so accepting makes us so appreciative of everything is because we're so accepting, so we try new things. And because we try new things, that gives us the opportunity to appreciate new things. Like before I was in 4-H and I didn't know much about animals, I didn't really have an appreciation for all that goes into taking care of some of like your more production type livestock. Or I didn't really have an appreciation for everything that goes into a good public presentation or what it takes to set up a county fair. And because of how much 4-H has led me to learn, I appreciate that stuff all a little bit more now. And I know that many 4-Hers feel the same way. As 4-Hers, we also build so many amazing, wonderful relationships with people that would help us. So we learn how to get appreciative of our resources and anything that helps us because we are just like that. So just because of the whole mentality of trying new things, accepting new things, and learning to better ourselves in 4-H, we just appreciate everything around us a little bit more than some people do. Now, I'll try my best to keep this next one from sounding super ranty, but number 3 is pet peeves. Ugh. Now, I don't know if you've ever spelled the word or phrase, 4-H before, or where or when you've seen it written or typed out, but let me tell you, it's a 4, a dash, and a capital H. That's how you spell 4-H. To get more specific, it's like on official stuff, it's usually like this kind of 4 that closes to itself, but the 4 that looks just kind of like a football field goal works just the same. This is my biggest pet peeve ever. Like, 4-H is not a 4, a dash, and a lowercase h. 4-H is not a 4, no dash, and a capital H. 4-H is not a 4 period H. 4-H is not a 4/H. It's a 4, a dash, and a capital H to represent the 4-H's. Head, heart, hands, and health. This just drives me crazy. I don't even know why, but it's just a huge pet peeve of mine. Like, the official New York State 4-H app, on, like, the title of it in the App Store doesn't have it spelled right, and I've seen, like, 4-H advertisements with it not spelled right, and I'm just like, ugh. Anyway, let's move on. And since you're probably one of the bidders I talked to, you probably recognize this feedback I'm working on. Just thought I'd point that out. Number 4 for this video is our tendencies to be salesmen. Now, as I said in my part 1 of these, like, 4-H-ism videos, we're normally very proud of the fact that we're 4-Hers in our community. So, we like to spread that, like, joy from 4-H in hopes that we can give it to other people. So we turn into practically walking 4-H salesman ads. Now, I can already tell just by, like, I'm editing this as I go what time we're on, that this video might be slightly longer than the last. So if you need to, like, not finish watching it or pause it or whatever, please do that. I'm not going to be deleting it anytime soon. Or probably ever for that matter. I will try for this video and probably some of my other ones I already have. The YouTube, I think, is called Chapters, so you get, like, the section of you're on as you're watching it. I'm probably overcomplicating it. If not, in the description, if that Chapters feature doesn't work, I'll just have, like, the timestamps, which are, like, the blue times you can click on to go to a specific point. There's only specific things you're interested in listening to. Let me just take a second to straight up apologize. I'm so sorry if you've been a victim of this. I just love 4-H. And when people ask me questions off 4-H, I sometimes get a little too excited, and so if I've talked your ear off about it, just know that I'm sorry, and I meant to inform and share this great opportunity with you rather than annoy or drive you crazy. And if I'm ever talking to you about 4-H and it gets to be too much, just tell me to shut up. It's for your own good. So why I say we're salesmen? Like I said, we're very proud of 4-H, and we want to promote the opportunity. 4-H has worked wonders for us. It's given us dreams. It's given us friends. It's given us memories, skills, that we want to do the same for other people. So that's just where our, like, strong passion comes from. Why I also say, and this is a super personal one, why I'm a 4-H salesman, it's just a vast number of 4-H codes I have. Right now, I have, like, so many 4-H t-shirts. In fact, in my, like, t-shirt drawer, there's 4 piles. One of them is 4-H t-shirts alone. I wear them all the time. And it's not uncommon for me to wear multiple 4-H items at the same time on accident. I had a 4-H bracelet. I've had a few on. This one that I always wore. My current one unfortunately broke. Then I made myself a 4-H, like, face mask for COVID. I have a few 4-H, like, winter hats. These 4-H earrings. A few 4-H, like, sweaters that are really cool. So it's not uncommon for me to, like, accidentally wear multiple of those at once and make it seem like I'm purposely trying to promote 4-H, but really that's just the way I am. So that's why I say we're literally walking salesmen. It's kind of like when people wear their, like, favorite brand, like Thrasher or Vans or Gap, how they start to look like that brand salesman. Well, me and a lot of other 4-Hers are the same way. And don't worry, this shirt, although it seems like a bunny shirt, it is indeed a 4-H shirt. I'll insert, like, a clip here of me wearing it because... See, don't worry, there's a clover. I'd be worried for myself too if I wasn't wearing a clover. This video was for an award I was trying to win, and so if you want to watch it, I think it really shows why we love serving our community so much. I can't tell you, like, how many times I've tried to convince people to join 4-H unsuccessfully, or I've talked to somebody who's eager to offer, just, I don't even know. I absolutely love doing 4-H marketing events like open house and stuff. So yeah. Like, there's been times where I went to my friend's house. It was the first time I'd seen them because of COVID, and their mom mentioned 4-H, and I think I must have talked her ear off about it for, like, a straight 5 minutes. So, yeah. I'm really sorry to whoever I've done that to. And I'm really not exaggerating on how many 4-H shirts I have, or how many times I've talked people's ears off. This is the honest truth. And I really hope you can't relate in the sense that I've done it to you. It's just me. Next up and second to last is St. Patrick's Day. Yes, St. Patrick's Day. The day of green and leprechauns. For me, I love the logo, the fact that the logo is the clover. Because after St. Patrick's Day, when all the St. Patrick's Day apparel goes on sale, guess who goes to buy everything they possibly can for 4-H? Me. It just works out. 4-H's clover is 4 leaves, and everything St. Patrick's Day in green and 4 leaf works great. The necklace I was wearing in a few of my earlier videos, I think the part 1 of this one, I've bought some tablecloth, light up crowns and stuff for parades, other little gadgets as prizes for our club. Just a lot of St. Patrick's Day stuff is multi-purposable, and I love that. But it is slightly annoying when no matter what store you go to, everything is 3 leaves, which I'm not complaining about. Well, I kind of am, but I get that that's the Irish logo, because when you just want to buy 4-H stuff and it's all 3 leaves, that doesn't quite cut it. Please, St. Patrick's Day manufacturers, spread the luck and do 4-leaf clovers. Or not. Last one, memories. Sorry that this video is so long again.